Aquarius, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your August 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what major arcana needs to come out for the sign of Aquarius? What's going on for you? So we have the Hierophant. So some sort of structured organization right here. It's important to understand that the Hierophant is represented as the Pope in the original tarot deck, okay? So when we talk about the Pope, this represents order, religious law, established institutions, and it generally has to do with, the church controlling a lot of things. Now, when we look at the Hierophant, it can represent anything that has a structured organization behind it, such as military, law, government, things of that nature. So what's going on with this Hierophant energy? What do we need to know for you? So I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Revelations Tarot, and this deck does have reversals. So you could be going into this Hierophant organization, you could be leaving. This could be something that you've always wanted to do. But anyway, let's take a look at it. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Temperance in reverse. This card wanted to come out with the Temperance, so I'll take it. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Wow. So what I'm seeing right here with the 6 of Wands is that you do have a victory, right? But people really don't want you to have this victory. People are actually very upset that you got something. So you could have gotten a promotion right here, and people are very, very angry about that. So you could be in a Hierophant organization. You could have been selected for something right here, and the competition, they don't like you, and that's okay. So when we see this 3 of Swords, what we have to understand right here is that you could be feeling a little bit heartbroken. This could be amongst friends, because remember, in the 5 of Wands, it's a group of people who are fighting. It's a friendly competition. I mean, they are hitting each other with sticks. So, friends could be betrayed, or backstabbing you right here. People who you thought were really in your corner, people who you thought would be happy for you. So I kind of feel like some sort of sadness right now. With this Temperance in reversed, this represents delays within alchemy. This represents a situation as being put on hold for you. And this Knight of Swords in reverse represents some sort of message is being crossed. So a message that you're supposed to be receiving right here is delayed. Maybe someone who doesn't like you is delaying a message, not giving you this message. But there is something here for you. It does represent perfect timing. So maybe you're not supposed to have this message right now. So someone could be trying to block this off to you. But here's the thing. In divine timing, you'll receive the message anyway. That's what's important to understand about the Temperance card, even when it's in reverse. It does represent an angel, and the angel is a guardian angel, alchemizing from the spiritual realm. So sometimes the angel does put you back, a couple of timelines, so that way you can understand something, in the long run. So let's clarify the 6 of Wands. What's going on with this? Why do people not like this for you? In another way, this could be someone else has gotten this promotion. You're feeling upset and you're wondering, when could something good happen for you? So you can take it how it applies. So with the 6 of Wands in reverse, we have the Magician and we have the Chariot. So a situation in your life was destined to occur right here. With the Magician, this represents someone has attained mastery, and someone has a victory because they have attained mastery over a situation. The Chariot represents the prophets in the Bible who never died, right? So they were brought up into a chariot, so they had victory over death. So I kind of feel like, in a way, this victory was meant for you. No matter what people like about this situation, no matter what people don't like about it, you're the choice. You're selected for this. People might view it unfair. You might even view it unfair. You might even be thinking well, why did I get selected? It doesn't matter. The universe is saying this is how this has to play out. So what's this 3 of Swords energy? So you have the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Yeah, this does represent people from your past. Maybe people who have taken care of you. You have taken care of other people. Maybe, you shared some sort of relationship with them. Maybe you called each other on the phone, whatever it is. They're very angry about this, okay? And you're feeling heartbroken. You're receiving some sort of message right here, though. The Temperance with the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. Tables are always going to turn, right? As I said, in divine timing, things will turn around for you. Even if someone is delaying a message for you, trying to block you off to a situation, in divine timing, tables turn. And so what I'm seeing right here is that With this Wheel of Fortune, this flips the Temperance right side up, right? And it allows you to sit on this throne like the Queen of Wands. So you have this victory from the Six of Wands going into this Queen of Wands over here, this Queen of Wands energy. You know, sitting on your throne, you're happy, you're open sexually, you're very educated. And here's the thing, what people don't like about the Queen of Wands. She was a witch, right? She is a witch. The concept of the Queen of Wands is a woman who has her own power. She has her own authority. She has her own money. She has her own thoughts, ideas, whatever. She runs a country. Obviously, to certain people, especially in the church, to, you know, whatever, they didn't want women to have this type of authority and dominion over people, right? So the tables are turning for the Queen of Wands. So I don't think that they can really keep you down. So what's this Knight of Swords in reverse? You have the Queen of Swords coming out along with the Lovers. You're divinely connected to this information right here. You're going to receive the truth. So when I see the Queen of Swords in a reading, this does represent Libran energy. So it could be an attorney. It could be, you know, legal systems. However, I also view the Queen of Swords as this is what the reader is meant to say. This is the message that is coming out for you. So you're divinely connected to this information, no matter if someone is trying to block it, delay it, whatever. I feel like this message does help the tables turn for you. So you might not be feeling happy right now. You might be feeling like this victory is kind of cheap. You might be thinking that maybe someone even gave you a victory to start a fight, to start something, to have a breakdown. But here's what you have to remember. The Three of Swords is very minor. The Six of Wands, it's also minor. You have a lot of major arcanas coming out. The only slot that doesn't have a major arcana is this Three of Swords slot right here. So you have two with the Six of Wands, one with the Temperance, and one with the Knight of Swords over here. So this is a very minor stack. I feel like once you sit on this Queen of Thrones energy and once you realize, hey, sometimes people just aren't going to be in your favor. Sometimes people aren't going to want to work with you. Sometimes people don't want to see you happy. You sit there in your own kind of loneliness and then you realize that's actually power, okay? You realize that you've made it to the top. And you know, there can only be one person at the top. And even in kingdoms and queendoms, there were men who said that women should not have dominion over them. It was said all throughout history, men didn't want to be subservient to the queens of the kingdom. Like queens of England, queens of Scotland, queens of Ireland, whatever. Queens of, you know, Southern Europe. People just didn't want to be subservient to them. It doesn't fucking matter. If they're the next in line to royalty, if they're the next in line, get out of the way or get burned. Like, that's the situation. So you have the Page of Swords, you have the Six of Wands coming out. Yeah, once you receive this message, you have the victory. Okay? And the victory is upright. You end up turning the Six of Wands, where people didn't want you to have this, and you kind of feel like it's cheap, and you're like, oh, that maybe I shouldn't have this because people are now upset about it. No, you turn it into a victory for yourself. You're like, oh, well, the end. I don't really care. There can only be one. So you have the Tower, you have the Ace of Wands. Understanding that through this destruction right here, you realize something. You really have a sharp realization. The sun strikes the tower, okay? And the sun is a star. The sun sends out a lightning bolt or a solar flare causing this tower to fall, right? When you have this illumination right here, the scales fall off of your eyes and you realize that, hey, I have a new opportunity. I have a new beginning. I can be very happy with this Ace of the Universe right here. And what is the Queen of Wands holding? Well, she's holding the Ace of Wands, like all of the court cards are. So what you have to see right here is that this is part of your new beginning, part of your journey, all right? And you can't sit there and say, oh, well, you know, I kind of feel bad. I want to help these people out. No, I feel like if these people are not happy for you right now, then I don't think that they deserve your time after you win. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, growing your own garden with the Ace of Swords right here. You're waiting on this information to come to fruition. You're waiting on things to mature right here. You're in a waiting process in the month of August. Maybe you will receive this message in the month of August. I want to see what this message is about, though. Like, what's being blocked off to you? You have the wish fulfillment. So maybe this promotion right here is being blocked off to you because people don't want you to have it. But maybe the higher up is saying that you should have it. Maybe other people, your other bosses, for example. Sometimes when you apply for, you know, a promotion or whatever, or when you're selected, there are a lot of people who have to view this promotion process. And obviously, the last person, the highest ranking person, will be the person who gives the final order. But other people give their opinions about something, and maybe these people you thought were your friends. Maybe these people you really respected as human beings, but ultimately they don't respect you. But the ultimate order is that the Hierophant gives this A-OK, and other people don't like it because they're still trying to vouch for their people, right? Everyone's trying to vouch for another person to get someone into power. That's what you have to understand about politics, too. And that's why, politicians' children end up becoming politicians, right? It's that exchange of power, generally to a younger situation. So you might not even be related to this situation. You might not even know who these people are. You might be like a first generation in whatever this Hierophant organization is. And they're like, you know what? No, we like this Aquarius right here. Their wish come true. That's it. You have the Seven of Swords. Someone's trying to steal it. Someone's trying to steal your happiness right here. But that's all they can do. They can't take it from you. They can try to take this emotional fulfillment away from you. They could try to take this cup of love away from the Six of Wands. They could try to leave you heartbroken and hurt. But here's the thing. Like, ultimately, in the end, it's for you. The King of Wands sitting on your throne. So you have the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands being matched together. When I said it's for you, this is a match made in heaven, generally. Justice, yeah. Equal karmic balance right here. The scales are balanced with this. You have the Five of Swords. You have the Hierophant. Yeah, people are angry within this Hierophant organization, but it doesn't matter. The scales are balanced. You have the King of Swords coming out with the Star. So double... Oh, wow. Ooh, your energy came out right here. Okay. Double clarification of Aquarian energy. So once again, people are backstabbing you within this Hierophant organization. Maybe bosses, superiors, whatever, who don't want you to have this position. But you are a match to whatever this is. The scales are balanced. You have divine karmic balance right here. Okay? You have Aquarius, double clarification of this energy with the Star and the King of Swords. It's part of your divine purpose because you are the most logical person for this position. Okay? So what I'm seeing right here is that you tick all the boxes, but other people are saying, well, this person has a better personality. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter about the personality. It matters about competency within this position. So I'm seeing right here is that you tick all the boxes of being a competent person of the King of Swords because you're all about logic and intuition. You're not really about all of this right here. And maybe you rise above the competition because you're not going to your base Aquarian energy. Remember, the Five of Swords is base Aquarius energy. It does represent backstabbing and betrayal. So you're dealing with your own energy, but at its base form. If you rise above it and go into this King of Swords energy, you can have the stars right here. The stars represent moving forward on your divine purpose, moving forward within the universe right here, moving forward and connecting everything to be one constellation, and that constellation being, your life. The Emperor, yeah. The Emperor is the final decision within this, okay? I'm glad we saw the Emperor. So someone at the top is making this decision, and they're the boss. The end. You have animals, and you have closure. You're going to receive the message to close out this cycle right here. You're going to be able to end this cycle within your life. With this animals energy, pay attention to the animals that are around you. The animals that are around you will give you messages. Maybe you see a crow, maybe you see a fox, maybe you see a deer, whatever. Pay attention to the spiritual meanings behind them and try to connect. Maybe you have, your own familiar, you have your own spirit guide, whatever it is, pay attention to that. Especially for example, a lot of people try to have a favorite animal and try to make it fit into their personality, but certain animals are just more naturally drawn to you. For example, you might be a dog person, but then cats are more drawn to you. Maybe that is actually a spiritual guide for you. It could be that maybe you don't even like birds, but birds are the only animal that will actually, work with you as a human being. Maybe they're the only animals that actually like you and will let you pet them. So, focus on the things that actually want to be within your life. Don't try to force something to fit, right? So we have brilliance. It's because of your brilliance right here. Dazzle people with your brilliance. Dazzle people with your know-how. So here's the thing about Aquarius is that, embrace. Embrace your higher thought, your higher knowledge right here. Aquarians can, when they try to connect with people, they can kind of dull themselves down. Don't do that. Dazzle people with your brilliance. Embrace your brain. Embrace what you've done. Embrace what you know. Okay? Don't try to dumb yourself down to fit within a competition because you think it makes it an easier pill for people to swallow. Makes you an easier pill. Okay? So that's what's important right here, is not to, dull your shine so that other people feel happy about it. No, if you know something about this topic, if you're the best candidate, if you're the best suited for whatever this is in the Hierophant situation, then go for it 100%. So let's look at this. Here's, no, did we already do these? We already did these. All right, it's these. So your witch's familiars right here. Gosh, my hair is getting annoying. I didn't put any gel or anything into it, so it's just kind of like flopping around. So we have seal, vulnerability, and we have goblin, malice. People are trying to strike you when you're vulnerable, all right? They're trying to be malicious, but I mean, ultimately, it can turn on them too. That's the thing, is that the tables turn. So these people who are malicious to you right now could eventually end up being your subordinates. Understand that. And if you're being malicious to someone right now, you could end up being someone's subordinate. So be very aware of that kind of information, all right? So with this vulnerability, I feel like you need to pay attention to your vulnerable side and kind of nurture that, all right? If you feel sad, you feel sad. If you feel like, things are not fair, then feel that way. But don't stay within that vulnerability for too long. Feel the emotions and then move forward, all right? So we have skeleton strength, we have winter, the sacredness of pausing right here. So I feel like you have the strength to move on, but remember, you have that winter, the sacredness of pausing. That's kind of like that temperance in reverse with that Knight of Swords. You're in a paused state. You can't move forward because you're waiting for this information. Like, people are really trying to not let you have this, okay? Understand that. People don't like Aquarians because of your strong intellect. The way that you speak can be very cutting to people, and people are like, oh, well, Aquarius doesn't have tact. It doesn't fucking matter if you have tact sometimes. That's the thing. Like, I'm a Leo, I'm pretty blunt. Like, I get along with Aquarians even though it's like an opposite sign, because I prefer to be told, like, the truth of the matter. I don't want to dance around. If you don't like me, you don't fucking like me. I don't really care, right? If this is the truth, just tell me the truth. Like, I like Aquarians because of their direct manner, because of their sharpness with their words. It gets things by, it helps people move forward. I don't need the emotional standpoint. Some people do, however. So I kind of feel like what's going on right here is that people want to see this more emotional side of you. Maybe you could try to cater to that. Maybe that's like the thing that's holding you back, is you need more, softer words. Try to be more tactful. Try to be more gentle. But as a Leo, generally, as me, I probably wouldn't. However, if that's what helps you, milk this situation to your benefit, then maybe you should try it out, okay? Like, let's be real. So let me get you a couple of rune cards. So with the skeleton strength, is that you have the strength to keep going. Like, this is meant for you. The angels, or no one can take this away because it's blessed by the angel of strength, all right? It's part of your bones. It's part of who you are. It's part of, like, the skeleton is part of the body. Just kind of like, the stars form that constellation. Everything has a purpose. You're a fit to whatever this is. So we have Kinas, torch, knowledge, new outlooks, creation, understanding, ideas, inspiration, and vision. Inner guidance and enlightenment are the spiritual meanings behind it. So you have the knowledge, that King of Swords energy, the new outlook, a new perspective, creation and understanding. You understand higher thoughts, ideas, inspiration, and visions. Inner guidance and enlightenment. You're enlightened to a situation and you follow your own intuition. Like, if something's wrong, you're not just going to be like, oh, that's okay. No, you're going to be like, that's wrong. Doesn't make sense. We need to figure out this situation. Some people are okay with living in fantasy world. Some people are. I'm not. You're not. So, whatever. So, Anne says, open your mind, connect with the higher power, broaden your horizon, and invoke wisdom. Okay, Aquarius, I know this is really hard for you to do sometimes, but you need to, like, whatever spiritual method you use, and maybe you don't even have a spiritual method, I suggest finding one, all right? Some sort of outlet. It could be yoga. It could be, going outside and soaking up the sun and connecting to that as a higher power. Whatever it is, try to find a connection to a higher source right here, and I feel like it'll unlock more knowledge for you, okay? Try to look in depth at, like, certain situations, certain religions. Maybe you don't believe in the full religion, but you can take pieces and parts that kind of cater to you and like, yeah, I kind of like that. All right, that makes sense. Whatever. Add it to your life. So anyway, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.